Hey everyone, it's BrickLetter18 here today, and in this video, I'm going to be giving you a tour of the downtown studio of my Bricks Tower complex, the Ellen DeGeneres Show. So as I mentioned, this is the ground floor of the Bricks Tower complex, and it is a mock studio of the Ellen DeGeneres Show. As you can see, this is the exterior of the studio here. We've got the main entrance and the entryway into the studio, as well as the actual studio itself. In front of it, we've got these great little flower beds so fans don't get too close to the window. And up here, as you can see, we've got the Ellen sign in the window, as well as a big Ellen sign advertising the show. We've also got two blue flags on the side to represent Ellen's signature colors. I've designed the studio so the entire thing is actually completely modular, and in fact I can remove the upper floors of the Bricks Tower complex to access the Ellen show with no issues. The actual Ellen DeGeneres part of this building occupies the ground floor here, as well as the 3 stories from this adjacent building. Before I show you inside the studio, as you can see here, we've got Ellen DeGeneres herself ready to greet us at the door. To get inside the studio, all you have to do is walk up these steps and enter in the front door. Here's a quick overview of the entire studio, and as you can see, this is what you're greeted with when you enter the front door of the Ellen building. Here we've got a security guard making sure everything is okay, and we've got a mix of the riff-raff room and the audience. We've got 8 audience members here overlooking the taping of the show, as well as we can't forget the classic Ellen shop with some Ellen mugs and Ellen underwear on display. It wouldn't be the Ellen show without some drinks and coffee for its guests, so as you can see, we've got a coffee maker here, as well as a door to the back part of the studio. We've got some stairs that lead you up to the control room of the studio, which I will show a little bit later, as well as a door to get to the backstage of the studio. As I mentioned here, we do have the 8 audience members. Of course, the audience is always sold out because fans are always excited to see the Ellen show. And then moving on here, we've actually got the Ellen DeGeneres Show studio. The main part of the studio is at the very front here. As you can see, it looks like your classic Ellen studio. It's got the tan and the brown floors. We've got Ellen's beautiful white chairs, her coffee table, and a bunch of set decorations to make the set look incredible. We've also got the very large TV screen with a picture of LA, and then all these LED lights and decorations along the back. Ellen will sit in her comfy chair right here, and this is what she looks like as she's hosting the show. As you can see, it's even on a little bit of a raised platform here, just so you could film her just like the actual TV show. Down here, we've also got all the different camera equipment and the camera gear that's needed to make this show a success. We've got a few different cameras positioned on the guests themselves. So this is the guest camera, that is the Ellen camera, and then we've got the main camera in the center that films the wide angle shot. We've also got a camera here that's over on the audience to film any audience reactions. And of course, this camera in the center and all these cameras can easily move around the Lego studio, so you can record at many different angles. In the recording area here, as you can see, there are a lot of different staff members. We've got camera operators, executive producers, boom mic operators, and more. Across from the side of the Ellen studio, just adjacent from her actual talk show, you can see we've got the classic LED doors that open up and are a huge feature of the Ellen show. As you can also see, we've got the Ellen sign here on the TV screen, and we've even got an entranceway at the very back here where the guests will walk on to the show. Of course, I didn't spare any details, and I even wanted to include some top-down looks to make the set looks great, so no matter what angle they're filming on, it looks incredible. We've also got the back side of the Ellen sign, as well as all of the windows that look out front onto the streets. As I mentioned, adjacent to the Ellen studio, we've also got the classic Ellen LED doors. As you can see, these slide just like they would in the actual TV show, and we've now got the backstage area here. It's a completely blank canvas, and they can decorate it however they need to ensure that the show is able to carry on and do whatever skit Ellen is doing that day. As you can see, the backstage area is continued here. We've got a backstage camera operator to show any cool, crazy tricks. We've got Andy here in his short shorts like he always is. And we've got the backstage area here that's used for prep. As you can see, we've got some speakers and microphones, as well as some crew ready to set the stage. Here's also what the studio looks like without all the camera equipment and the producers in the way, just so you can get a better look of how the studio looks both here at the main set where the talk show takes place, as well as adjacent to the set where the main LED doors are. This is an overview of the entire Ellen studio from the ground level, but as I mentioned, there are still 2 more stories here from this adjacent building that's all attached to the studio. On the second floor of the Ellen building here, as you can see, it is the control room. We've got a bunch of producers and directors sitting at a huge control board with a bunch of blank screens ready to completely control all the different camera angles and everything that you're going to see on The Ellen Show. We've got Ellen's DJ here ready to mix up some tunes, as well as we got additional crew and cameramen. As you can see here, there are so many different controls and there's a lot going on, lots of different screens, as everything is being recorded live downstairs in the Ellen studio. We've also got another staircase, which is actually going to lead up to the 3rd floor. Up on the 3rd floor here, we've actually got Ellen's dressing room. So at the very back here, as you can see, we've got some additional outfits on the rack for Ellen to wear. We've also got one of the old red chairs, which, fun fact, Ellen's chairs used to be red before they were white. And since I've had the Ellen studio in my Lego room for so long, I actually had it built back when the chairs were originally red. So I just moved one of them up here for old time's sake. As well, we've got a plant in the Ellen studio to make it look nice. We've got a nice stained glass window, as well as a balcony, which could technically overlook the Ellen studio and the recording. I didn't have a lot of space to work with when I was building the studio here, and I did want to ensure that Ellen's studio had as much detail as I could include. Like I said, I've been a fan of the Ellen Show since probably 2011, 2010, so I wanted to ensure that I was able to do it and capture it in its justice. And for all you camera nuts out there, just like I was, here's a quick look at all the different cameras and the people that make the Ellen Show Lego version possible. For everyone asking what I'm going to do with this studio space once the Ellen Show is no longer on the air, my answer to you guys is I'll probably still keep it. Like I said, I've been watching Ellen since I was probably 10 or 11 years old, so just because it's no longer on the air doesn't mean I'm ready to pull the studio from my Lego city. I may eventually turn it into something else, but for the time being, you're going to be able to find Ellen here in her studio, at least in my Lego city, for many, many years to come. Thanks guys so much for checking out my tour of the Lego Ellen studio. You'll have to stay tuned for more videos about my Lego Bricks Tower MOC, as well as I'd love to make a video soon to show you the history of my Lego Ellen studio and how it's really evolved over time, because the way it looks now is certainly not the way it used to look. But anyway guys, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share this video with your friends, share it with Ellen, and of course, I'm looking forward to seeing you here in the next video.